So this lesson we're going to do together is with Esperanto. Is anyone familiar with Esperanto? Yeah. What do you know about Esperanto?
It's a made-up language that people made, I think in like the 30s and 40s, to try to make us all more universal and kind of one language so we would all be together and not have miscommunication. Maybe after World War I don't know.
Right. Actually, it started even before that. The origination or the origin was like 1880s, but then it gained some traction after World War I, and then probably again later in the 20th century, mainly in Europe, as a way to try to unify people with one language. It is still being used today, not as like a primary language in any country. I think the Chinese government has some interest in Esperanto. They've been using it a little bit. In some places in Europe, it's being used, but not as like a primary language. But the main thing is that it was a constructed language. In the 1880s, someone put it together as a language that could be used by the whole world. Okay. So we'll be working with it in this lesson. So before we get started, you don't actually need your book or anything. I want you to talk to the person next to you about newspaper articles. So what do you know about newspaper articles? What is the organization of a newspaper article? For example, how is it similar or different to like an academic journal or even a magazine article, a blog? What are some of the characteristics of a newspaper article? So take 1-2 minutes, check in with your partner. What do you know about newspaper
What do you know?
The audience is different. Yeah. The structure. The purpose is different. And I guess at some level you're trying to inform, but I think with a newspaper article, there's often even a sort of sub-element of entertainment. It's keeping the audience engaged. Yeah, but it's not just like all journal articles, but more
Okay, guys, so what are some things you know about newspaper articles?
What's a newspaper?
Not the back page.
What's a newspaper?
What is a newspaper? Fake news. So think about the New York Times or the Post. What are some characteristics of newspaper articles? Yeah.
They're all usually, there's a headline.
Right.
And they usually use a sub-headline in terms of the newspaper article.
Right. Yeah. What else?
They don't go on and on and on.
Right. They're shorter than magazine articles or journal articles. Yeah.
They serve an array of different readers. Sports, entertainment.
Right. Right. Yeah, different topics. What about the prose in the newspaper article? The actual writing.
They use catchy phrases to draw the reader in.
And it's written in layman's terms to grab a vast audience as opposed to a particular.
Right.
Tends to answer the W questions: who did what, when, maybe why, where did it happen,
Right.
so that you get that's the core information they want people to get.
Yeah. Good.
You know where it's placed in the paper, its importance. For example, the top right-hand column is always the most important article for that day according to the paper.
Right. Yeah. Also, you notice the sentences tend to be a little bit shorter, right? They don't have a lot of complex sentences. A lot of times paragraphs are just 1 or 2 sentences, so that kind of style is typical. So we're going to be practicing with a newspaper article, and one of the things that we've been practicing in terms of a reading skill is before you read, you preview, right? So we talked about that in some of our other classes. And so when you preview an article, what do you look at to preview? So you don't read the whole article when you're previewing, but what do you look at?
Headline.
The headline and maybe photos. So let's just focus on those two things. I want to just give you like 10 seconds, preview the article, look at the headline and the photo. And so if you're ready, go ahead, take a look. It's on page 19. Okay, turn it over. Don't look at it anymore. Turn it over, and then tell your partner, what did you get by previewing it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it in the picture. I thought he said it.
I think that's all.
Okay, so we're here on page 18, and we're here at part number 2. It says before you read, make some guesses. So about what happens and where is this place? So does anyone have any guesses about what happens? Maybe a fire, right?
Yeah.
And where?
Egypt.
Maybe in Egypt, yeah. And any more specifics about where the place is exactly?
A theater.
Maybe a theater in Egypt, yeah. So you can see how good readers, they don't have to take a lot of time. You can preview and get a lot of this information very quickly, which can help you develop your reading skills. So the next question is, what's the next question?
Part 3.
Part 3. Yep, so it says read the text quickly and answer these questions. Focus on the words you can understand or guess. So you'll see 3 questions there. I'm going to give you just 1 minute. Okay, so you have to read very quickly. Don't stop. Do you have any questions for me? How much time do you have to read?
1 minute.
Are you going to read every word carefully? No, just answer these questions. Ready, go. Okay, that's just about 1 minute, so if you could stop, turn it over, so you're just looking at page 18, and talk to your partner about the answers you got for those questions on page 18.
Did you get to that? How did you get the levers? It's all something on the money on the gap or something. Oh,
But I did have 16.
Okay, we got most of it. The main question is how many people died was 32. How many people survived 68? There were 100 people here. What was happening at the time, we were kind of conflicted there, but it seemed to be some kind of celebration.
Okay guys, so the first question was how many people died? Yep. How many people survived? 68. You gotta do a little math there, yeah, 68. And what was happening at the time?
A festival, theater festival?
Yeah, it looks like maybe there was some festival in a theater, yeah. Okay, great. All right, so the next thing I want you to do is, there's a couple steps here, but in part number 4, the first step is I want you to find these words and just underline them. So everyone please do this by yourself first. Find these words in the text. Can you guys see? Yeah, over there? Yeah. Okay, so take a minute on your own, find and underline.
time it
Is
appears
there,
or just
is
one
there
time?
something in blue on the bottom?
No.
Oh, okay.
Every time it appears or just once?
Okay, so it looks like most people found the word. So the next thing I'd like you to do, this time with your partner, is show your partner where the word is, and then try to guess, tell your partner, what do you think that word means? And then here at the bottom, I did also write in green, others. So when I say others, I mean, are there other words in the text that you can guess what they mean? Okay, so take a couple minutes, check in with your partner, where is it, and what do you guess it is?
Urban, yep.
I would assume so, yeah.
Just, yeah, well, or is it the populate, well, anyway, we'll come back, because there's another use of it later that.
Herbal again?
Yeah, herbal, herbal Egipta, which means I guess that would be the city.
Yeah,
It's city.
that's, okay. Okay. Okay, so this seems to be about
Yeah, approximately, yeah.
Success, in
Succeeded,
extinguishing the fire.
Yeah.
But
Because we both know our Latin, right?
try.
But a number, several, plural, people perished. Panic.
Oh, I'm assuming it's
Panic.
like to
Extinguish the fire.
I almost want to say
Asphyxio is
tremendous. I don't know what
what do you think is tremendous?
Omamoso?
Omamoso, oh, humongous.
Omamaso.
Panic humongous.
Humongous.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then that's it. Okay, so other words, well, we've guessed it.
Finally extinguish the fire.
This one is people or Yeah. And then this one, yeah.
And this is where we were trying to figure out the amatora versus the amarillo. I think that was where our confusion was.
Okay, guys. So let's take a look at this word. Where's the first word? Where is it?
First line?
Yeah, right there in the first line. And some guesses about what it might mean? Urban, or city. Yeah, it could also be downtown, right? Yeah. What makes you guess city? Why do you guess that? Right, because after it, there's this. So what do you think this is?
The name of
The name. What makes you think it's the name of the place? It's capitalized, right? So because these are together, maybe it means the city, and that's the name of the city. But it could also be downtown. Yeah. But it's similar to the English word, right? Like urban or city. Yeah. So maybe. And then where is this word?
Is it like a approximately?
Yeah, and it looks maybe like approximately.
Approximately, yeah.
So one reason could be because it's close to the English word approximately. What's another clue that makes you think it's approximately?
After that, it gives a number.
Gives a number, right? So a lot of times we have that word approximately next to a number. Good. What about this word? Where is it?
First one was the second paragraph.
Right. And what do you think it means?
Success.
Succeed.
Succeed or successful.
Successful.
Yeah. What? Why do you guess that?
Because of the first word.
The word before it, probably something like fire brigade or fire.
Right.
And I connect with the next word, like a stingy, something
Right.
like a stingy.
Extinguish, yeah.
La Farjan is fire.
Right. Yeah. It could also be just the order of the words, right? There's a noun and then maybe a verb. So the firefighters succeeded, something like that. Okay. And then what about this word? Where is it?
Like a
Asphyxiation.
Right. It looks sort of like asphyxiated, asphyxiation. Yeah. Why do you guess that?
Because people died from it.
Right, because it's connected to the fire, right? It's the way people die from the fire. Also like the English one.
I was like telling them the connection with my Spanish language. Like I tried to do the connection with a lot of words in this part looks like Spanish words.
Right. Yeah, great. Okay, so you can put it away. Don't look at it anymore. How do I go back?
How does he go back?
Got it. Okay, so I have 3 questions for you. The first question is, what do you think might have caused the fire? So this is just sort of your own experience, your own ideas about this kind of thing. What do you think might have caused it? The next question is, why do you think so many people died in this fire? And then the last question is, what do you think are different ways to prevent this kind of thing from happening? Okay, so go ahead, check in with your partner. What ideas do you have about this?
Probably no control
Yeah.
It could be terrorism, it could be all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Faulty light fixture. It could be somebody smoking the gas grill next to them.
It seemed like an old exposure.
You're going dark on that one. You're going dark on that one. Don't look at us now.
I can break you up.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, right. And now we're gonna say that's Esperanto.
We're making this up.
Okay, so let's have a volunteer. Someone want to raise your hand? What guesses did you guys make about what might have caused the fire? Yes.
Well, we were talking about what caused the fire was if it was in fact a theater, maybe they had some type of display on the stage, some type of fire display that possibly had caused it. We had an electrical possibility, we also had a cigarette possibility.
Yeah.
Why so many people died?
Maybe you hold it there.
Yes.
So yeah, those seem like 3 really good possibilities. Any other?
Yeah, we saw that it was maybe older buildings and probably flammable materials in the older buildings.
Right.
Caused the fire.
Yeah. Good.
The
Okay.
beard fixative and smoking. So the actor was applying a beard, the fixative is trying to all in the article.
I think this is how fake news gets started.
This is also what happens in the afternoon, everyone. So why do you think so many people died? Maybe somebody we haven't heard from. Yes.
maybe they closed off all the exits
Mm.
to keep from people sneaking in.
Right, right.
Maybe they didn't have enough exits.
Yeah, we had that situation recently in Oakland, actually. We had a horrible fire, that whole building
Right.
didn't have enough exits.
You don't have people enforcing regulations, certificate of occupancies for buildings.
Right.
Was there something in the article about panic? I think we were trying to figure out there's something that said they were panicking or something, and
Right.
that's what happened. I'm not sure, we were just making that up.
Right, so people might have died not just from the smoke inhalation, but from tramp, yeah.
Maybe the explosion also could be the explosion.
Right, yeah, an explosion. Okay, and so that sort of connects to the last question about preventions. What could be done to prevent this in the future?
Regulations.
More exits, regulations.
More
yeah,
inspections.
Inspections.
Sprinkler systems.
Mm-hmm. Sprinkler.
Training at 32 beaches.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
Great, okay. Well, I just want to finish by highlighting for you the fact that none of you have studied Esperanto before, but by using some of these reading skills like the previewing, the scanning for specific words, the guessing meaning from context, you were able to get a lot from the article. And so this kind of skill, these skills you can use in many articles to become a better reader. So keep practicing, and see you next time.
You're not gonna read us the article?
No.
You're not gonna teach us Esperanto.
Next lesson.